7. This is the news at 6.
Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Jude Binkley. The judge in Bryan Kohberger's case must now decide whether to allow key DNA evidence at his quadruple murder trial. We're going to get right over to Aspen Shumpert, who joins us live at the Ada County Courthouse. Aspen, break down what happened during this final hearing of the week.
Jude, today, Bryan Kohberger's attorneys continued to argue why they think specific evidence should not be allowed to be used against him in court. Now, the first 2 days of this hearing consisted of focusing on investigative genetic genealogy and other DNA collected during the investigation into the killing of the University of Idaho students in 2022. The defense says police should have secured a search warrant before detectives analyzed DNA collected from the crime scene and before they gathered and tested items out of Kohberger's trash at his Pennsylvania home. The defense called 2 Moscow police officers to the stand today. They explained when and how warrants were obtained and served, and whether certain items like Kohberger's cell phone and his car were searched before they had a warrant.
The Fourth Amendment requires particularity sufficient to prevent the exercise of discretion by an executing officer. The particularity requirement's objective is that necessary searches should be as limited as possible. A search warrant must be particular enough so that, as to what is taken, nothing is left to the discretion of the officer executing the warrant.
Kohberger's attorneys argue the search warrants were too broad, violating the defendant's right to privacy. The state does not believe collection of the evidence at the crime scene or in the weeks that followed violated any of Kohberger's rights. The family of one of the victims, Kaylee Gonzalez, came to Boise for the proceedings. They were not allowed in the courtroom, but watched a video stream in the victim support room right next door. They tell me they're glad they came anyway.
Everything went exactly how we'd hoped for. I think Hippler's going to come out, and we're going to keep everything in the case that is that we see today will remain. I don't think they're going to throw anything out. I think there was decent arguments back and forth, but there was no real issue, any violations, anything that was brought up that would make me think that anything's going to be changed. We put a lot of weight on this. We want it to be over and done with. He's held to the highest level. We want to get the death penalty, let everyone know that Idaho is a strong state. We don't take lightly to people coming here and killing our best young people, that are doing everything by the book.
Now, Judge Stephen Hippler said he's going to take everything heard this week into consideration when making his decision. There's no word on when that will be, Jude, but we will continue to look out for that.
All right. Thank you, Aspen.